Hello, everyone. So now I'm sharing the screen for the panelists. I hope you can see. Okay, good. My topic today is Chinese philosophy of heaven, human harmony, and the theology of impurity in the Hebrew Bible. So my question comes from this year when the COVID-19 cases in China was increasing quickly to a very high level. And at that time, Chinese government include traditional Chinese medicines. So hereafter, I will refer it to TCM. So China included TCM treatments in the sixth version of the National Diagnosis and Treatment Guidelines for COVID-19. And you can see from the picture, the medicinal drinks were massively produced and distributed to hospitals and to patients. But the thing is, TCM medicinal drinks are not evidence-based medicine, but it was distributed. And here from the National Health Commission official website today, you can download this guidelines for COVID-19, the 8th version. So it was like it is the official announcement from the government saying that this TCM treatment is promoted by the government. So my main question is why in a time with modern medicine, the government would include TCM in fighting against the novel coronavirus, because those medicines this is a new virus, and the medicine they are promoting is not even have experiments on them, but the government is promoting the medicine, and many people in China accepted it. So so if it is not from modern scientific reasons, then we need to understand it from other perspectives, from maybe philosophical perspectives. So here I need to explain a little bit about TCM and its philosophy. So TCM basically adopted concepts from Chinese philosophy. Here I would introduce two main concepts from Chinese philosophy. One is qi. Qi meaning wind or vapor or spirit. It permeates the universe, and it constitutes matter and causes growth and change. Qi is in constant flux and flow, and qi is also the basis of the physical constitution of the human body. So when you refer to the qi in the heart, so you have the heart qi. When you refer to the qi in the liver, you have the liver qi. So it is an abstract concept. It permeates the universe, but it also applies to human bodies. And another very important concept is yin and yang, and many people may familiar with this term. And yin and yang are opposite forces and also complementary to each other. So everything has both yin and yang aspects. So these two concepts are also applicable to the human body. So TCM holds that the human body is an organic whole. Abundance or deficiency of qi in the human body are the criteria for diagnosis. So physiological and mental disorders indicate the unbalance of yin and yang. And also in ancient Chinese classics, it is impossible to separate ideas of human society from nature. So they are the same. There is no separation between human society and a natural space. So in that sense, heaven-human harmony is the general principle of both Chinese worldview and also the general principle of TCM. So if the principle for healing is to achieve heaven-human harmony. So illness, the concept of illness should be understood under the principle of this inharmony between heaven and human. So with this explanation in mind, it still cannot help us to solve my problem, my question in the beginning, why the government tries to apply traditional Chinese medicine into their official announcement of the treatment. I think TCM serves more as a system of social norm than professional healing method. If we go to the Hebrew Bible, if we look into the ancient Israelite society, that may help us to understand why TCM is adopted in today's situation. So here, I want to explain a little bit about what I can see from the Hebrew Bible. So concerning the concept of illness and healing, Yahweh was conceptualized as the ultimate source for disease and injury, and also the only healer for human beings. And in the Hebrew Bible, illness is the result of a violation of God's established rules, and also a means of punishment by Yahweh. Or there is another explanation of illness especially in the book of Job, that illness is part of God's plan that human beings will never understand, but you have to believe, you have to believe that God is just. So these are the basic concepts about illness in the Hebrew Bible. So considering the writing and the formation of the Hebrew Bible has gone through a long historical period, its authors and editors would surely be aware of other medical traditions in its surrounding cultures. And we know that from historical research that the surrounding ancient culture of the Hebrew world, of the biblical world, is like polytheism. So in ancient West Asia, there are many gods in their surrounding cultures, and each god, different gods were in charge of epidemic diseases or different medical treatment. They provided patients with diagnosis and treatment of different types of diseases, and their respective temples were healing places. But the Hebrew Bible condemned those behavior. They are not like their neighbors. They condemn divination, they condemn witchcraft and communications with the dead. So especially in the priesthood texts, the rituals are of great importance in maintaining Israel's right relationship with Yahweh. So in ancient Israelite society, the theology of purity urges its society members maintain a good relationship with Yahweh through proper sacrificial system. So here comes to my conclusion. According to the traditional Chinese medicine, illness means the inharmony relationship between heaven and human beings. And in this regard, I think biblical writers would understand the Chinese philosophy of TCM and vice versa. The two can understand each other. thus may also solve my problem at the beginning. Why the government adopted TCM in our official guideline. I think it's because of this disease is new to the world, so we don't have the scientific, the so-called scientific treatment. So we go back to the old traditions to find ways to solve our new problems. Okay, thank you. That's my presentation.
Thank you.